New series, new club, new transfers, and a new league. Welcome to the Brentford series here on FIFA 2021. This is the last series of this FIFA cycle, and as ever, we're stepping it up a notch. You'll tell from the thumbnail and the title that we have updated over 300 in real life transfers in the database for this save. So Brentford have new signings, Christopher Ayer and Frank Onyeka here at the club as we look to tread the waters in the Premier League with Brentford for the very first time in their history. Onyeka is into the starting lineup, as is Ayer, as you might well expect. But because I've updated all of the transfers to, well, up to and including the 1st of August, with regards all of the Premier League and a number of larger transfers to the bigger European clubs around the French, Spanish, Italian and German leagues. So as I've done that, I have disabled the opening transfer window in this save. At your request, I asked on Twitter and did a vote, and it was rather heavily weighted towards yes, disable the opening transfer window. So we will have to wait until January to further improve this Brentford side. If Brentford sign anyone else in real life in this summer transfer window before the end of the series, then we will add them to the squad in the game as well, provided, of course, I have the finances available to bring them in. Finances aren't huge at the minute at the club, though, for the January transfer window when we get there. Currently £18.5 million available. So I'm going to stick with currently this starting lineup in this formation till at least January, I think, to try and achieve as much as we can in the same vein that Brentford have in the Championship in the past couple of years. Very unfortunate not to get promoted season before last, and finally they have been able to make that step. Of course, the Brentford ground, Brentford Community Stadium, should be added into FIFA 22 for next year because of the connection between EA and the FIFA series and the Premier League, but obviously it's not in the game this year. I have, however, renamed the stadium that we're playing at the Brentford Community Stadium, so we will be playing at the right named stadium, and it does look kind of similar. So we will crack on today and get going with Brentford in the Premier League. Drop the video a like if you're looking forward to this series. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any further videos in this save. Of course, they'll be coming to you daily between now and the beginning of FIFA 22, which actually isn't that far away. For those that are interested, we are playing on Ultimate with my usual sliders. Shot error for the AI down to 38, pass error 15, goalkeeper ability up to 60, line height down to 30, and first touch control error down to 35. All of the user settings are left straight at 50. That's the way that we've played career mode for about 4 or 5 years now, and it seems to serve us well, lending up entertaining content that you guys really enjoy. So fingers crossed we can have another fantastic series here as we end the FIFA 21 cycle before heading into FIFA 22, where there might be more coming your way with regards new clubs in the Premier League, but they might not actually be real. Create a club is a thing for FIFA 22, of course. Right, let's crack on. I'm going to sim through the pre-season tournament. Hopefully we can raise some extra money that we could utilise in January. And then it's time to head towards the Premier League. Brentford's first ever Premier League game is a London derby at Selhurst Park. Bring it on. The eagle-eyed of you will have noticed that this actually isn't the kit that Brentford are playing with in-game. It's the brand new, with a new sponsor on it, 2021-22 shirt that was released literally a week ago by Brentford. So the timing of this new series was perfect for me to be able to get the brand new kit for this season, for this club, for this save. So we'll see how we get on in pre-season. I genuinely don't know what expectations I have for Season 1. We don't have the best of teams, do we, really? It's a nice win against Rayo Vallecano, though. So let me know in the comment section down below, A, what you think I should do in the January transfer window, where you think this squad needs improving, and B, where do you think we'll finish this year? It's not out of the reckoning that we could have a relegation-threatened season, something we're familiar with on the channel from a couple of years ago, in red and white stripes as well with Southampton. Arguably one of the most popular saves that we've had on the channel. certainly one of the most enjoyable saves from your guys' point of view that we've had on the channel. Southampton, we've survived on the final day. I'm going to delegate this to a loan only from Peterborough. Not that I'd want to send everybody or anyone to Peterborough. Key to point out, actually, as well, I can't remember if I mentioned it in the intro, that whilst, yes, I have updated the transfers, and yes, Brentford are in the Premier League, I have also updated all of the other leagues in Europe that have multiple different divisions with regards to the promotions and relegations there as well. So, obviously, coming up with Brentford are Norwich and Watford, and going down Fulham, West Brom and Sheffield United. From my own personal point of view, Cambridge United in League One. Maybe it's an opportunity to see how they'll get on in real life. For those of you that aren't aware, I'm a Cambridge United fan in real life. And hoping that Cambridge can survive in League One after promotion. Canos and Da Silva giving us a 2-1 win there to send us through to the final of this pre-season tournament. And at this stage, especially this season, before we've had any Premier League prize money come in, earning as much as we can from every possible avenue that doesn't involve selling anyone is vital. And raising what could be an extra £4 or £5 million from this pre-season tournament could be huge come January. And we do win the final as well. And Buemo, Ruslev and Da Silva on the score sheet. Redemption against Rangers from the group stage. And a 3-2 win to give us, technically, I guess, our first silverware as manager. Although it is only a pre-season tournament and we won't read too much into it. But that's a great start and has boosted our budget now up to £23 million. Oh, but it's about there. So 23 and a half. Because, of course, wages at Premier League level will have to be quite high. So what do the board want from us this year? What do they expect from us? I'll find out in the comment section when you comment what you expect us to do this year. There are no youth development objectives whatsoever. None. Brand exposure-wise, just score a goal in 10 home games. I'd like to think we can do that. Financially, within the same season, sign 2 crucial players and make a profit of £31.5 million. That's probably not going to be able to be done this year. Although, understandably, no continental success. But domestically, all the board want is survival in the Premier League this year. However, look at that long-term goal. Within 4 seasons, reach a Champions League spot. That's the first time I've ever had an objective that long. That gives us a great target, though. 4 years to get top 4. I'd like to think we can do it, because it's FIFA, not real life, sooner than that. Maybe season 3 we could qualify for the Champions League, but the squad isn't that highly rated. And like I say, transfer window's disabled at the beginning of the save because we've made all of the in real life transfers already. So this is what we're left with. Ivan Toney at 76 is our joint highest rated player with new signing Onyeka. The rest of the squad is certainly average at best. No offence, Brentford fans, but I think you'd agree. Obviously, in real life, it's different. But in FIFA terms, that squad is nowhere near as good as it needs to be, you would have thought, to survive in the Premier League. Which is why this season is going to be a struggle. But I am so ready for the challenge. Absolutely ready for the challenge. Right. Pre-season done. Money earned. Let's go and play Crystal Palace and see if we can't get some points on the board for Brentford in the Premier League for the first time in their history. Now, one thing we haven't covered yet is our Scout Future Star. Obviously, it's worked differently this year to previous years in FIFA where there is no EA Sports FC catalogue, but you do get, provided you bought the right version of the game, a Scout Future Star in every career mode that you start. Ours is Elliot Weaver, 61 rated currently at 16 years of age, a right midfielder. Doesn't look too technically gifted at the minute, other than 79 finishing, which is outrageous. So maybe he could be converted to a striker and be a little bit better than he currently is at 61 rated. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section down below. Do I call him up and play him? Unlikely at 61 rated. Do I call him up and loan him? Do I retrain him in a certain position? Or do I leave him at right mid and just continue to train him in that position in the youth squad and see how far he goes? it will be your decision as to what happens to his future. Also, it will be your decision as to where we send any potential scouts looking for other fresh youth talent. We obviously have just done a youth RTG Youth Academy only Road to Glory on the channel, so I'm not wanting to lean too heavily on the youth system in this save, but certainly I'm open to bringing a couple through over the course of the full series if we can. So if there's any nation you think I should search specifically, then do let me know. And if you think there's any particular position that we should look for, then again, do let me know, as obviously we have a squad that is thin on the ground with regards to talent, and in a couple of areas, thin on the ground with regards to numbers of players available in that position. We only have one goalkeeper at the club. David Raya is the only goalkeeper at Brentford right now. So, could probably do with sending out some scouts looking for another goalie, to be completely honest. But I'll let you guys decide which nation we send the scouts to bring in that potential new goalkeeper. But we are 2 days away from Brentford's first ever Premier League game. Unfortunately, it's not at home, but Finn Stevens has agreed to go out on loan to Djurgårdens in the Swedish league, I believe they play. And for now, it's time to head to Selhurst Park. So this will be my starting lineup for the first ever Premier League game. Raya, Henry Ayer, Janssen, Ruoslev, Onyeka de Silva, Jensen, Mbuemo, Canos, Tony. We are probably going to have to lean very heavily on Ivan Toney this year. But I have been very impressed with pre-season. There's a lot of pressure on us and everyone expects us to struggle. But we are ready for the fight to stay in the Premier League. Plenty of positives in pre-season, and certainly Sergio Canos is going to be important. And he knows, well, he should know, that he's in my starting lineup for the foreseeable future as things stand. Right. Destination, Selhurst Park. Michael Elise in Crystal Palace's starting lineup, as well as Joachim Andersen. Both new signings in this save and in real life. Also new signing Conor Gallagher from Chelsea on the bench for Crystal Palace. So we're going to see what Palace's new signings are all about, and we're going to see what our new signings are all about. Brentford, welcome Christopher Ayer and Frank Onyeka. We have ourselves two new players that hopefully can provide some entertainment for the Brentford fans. For me, it's 11 new players. I've never played with anyone from this 11, I don't believe. I think, actually, I might have had Ivan Toney in a previous save, but I can't recall if that's correct or not. You guys will know more so than me. You guys have better memories than I do. But we're on the attack to start things off. Doesn't help. I don't even know whether people are left or right-footed. I should probably check that first, shouldn't I? So I'll go and familiarise myself with my 11. Probably should have done it before we came to the first game, to be honest. Pontus Jansson, wins a free kick, actually, for handball on the striker, Jean-Philippe Mateta. Handballs are currently on. If you'd like me to turn them off, then let me know. But we played with them on in the Youth Academy RTG, and it seemed to add something to the save, I felt. So, again, feedback in the comment section. Let me know. Right. Let me go see who's right and left footed, shall we? Into Josh Da Silva. Roslev is only 65 rated now. He's actually grown since we started the save. But still, he's in the mid-60s and he's absolutely an obvious weak point in the side at this moment in time. Ivan Toney's doing really well here. And our first shot at Premier League level wasn't really worth waiting for from Ivan Toney, to be honest. But it certainly leaves room for improvement, and the only way is up. James MacArthur inside to Jaro Riedeveld. Remember when he was dubbed as like the next wonder kid? Never really happened for Jaro Riedeveld at the top end of the game, but Michael Elise certainly has some talent, and so does Abrechiesi as well. And Mateta with a shot that's blocked well as he finds MacArthur. David Raya with a smart save to keep Crystal Palace at bay. First save in the Premier League for David Raya, and it's nice to know that we can rely on him in these early stages. I don't know how well a 73 rated goalkeeper is going to do us this season. I know Raya in real life is pretty decent, but when it comes to FIFA, you have to think of things in FIFA terms, not in real life terms. And I don't know. We'll wait and see. MacArthur with a lovely ball over to Mateta. The keeper thought about coming. I'll bring him out. Yes, David Raya. I tried to block on the line as well, or bring a man back on the line just to make sure that we were able to potentially clear it should the keeper be beaten. Mateta can't quite believe he hasn't been able to bury that. You see me there with Christopher Ayer on the line, although to be fair, I ran into the goal and probably would have crossed the line anyway had I been able to get any sort of touch on it. Whoops. Wilfried Zaha, tackled well by Jensen, but Palace will keep the pressure up with a throw here. 25 minutes in, we're defensively solid so far. Here's Elise, back to Zaha, James MacArthur. Nice tackle by Josh De Silva, but it will fall to Wilf. And into Mateta again. They've got a really dangerous front line. Crystal Palace. Tara Riedewald turns well. And Abretziezi again. Oh, can't get to him. And Raya with an unorthodox save there. It almost looked like he dived too far and then threw an arm up at it. Lovely work again by Crystal Palace to get the opportunity. I can't quite get there. No, it was decent enough save by Raya. And still Crystal Palace press. This is going to be a long game if they continue to press like this, but we've got them potentially on the counter. If I can just time it right, and Buemo was onside in his own half, but I didn't quite time it well enough. But we have been able to get the throw because the keeper came out to it, and he's the one that's knocked it out on this left-hand side. Right, Josh De Silva under control and back. Rico Henry, he's probably going to be very good for us at left-back. He certainly is a player I've used before in a save. I can't remember which save, mind, but he was very good for me when we did. And Ivan Toney looking to work the space. This time I don't finesse it, just go for the shot power, but it's blocked well by a defender. Ivan Toney, quite clearly, our main goal threat so far in this game, and probably will be all season. Oh, come on. Come on. Let's actually test the keeper, shall we? Let's test the keeper. Not only test the keeper, let's maybe score. Oh! Joachim Andersen! Crystal Palace's new signings, working really well for them so far. I wish they wouldn't. Wait. Oh, De Silva nearly got there. De Silva very nearly got there. Here's Riedewald. Eze, that's a hell of a ball out to Wilfried Zaha, and he'll keep it in as well. Time is precious at the end of this half, but that will fall kindly. How lucky to Crystal Palace want to get? Time added on. Past time added on. Significantly so as well. I get a block on it, and it skews straight to MacArthur, who finds Mateta, and he slams it home. We trailed by a goal to nil at Selhurst Park. I don't really feel like we deserve that. Inside to Milivojevic. Again, they've picked out Zaha beautifully. Ruslev is having his work cut out, trying to deal with Wilfried Zaha at the moment. Ruslev is actually not long for the bench. I've a couple of changes ready to be made. Onyeka is actually going to move to right back, and Ruslev will come off. And then I'm bringing on Janelt in that CDM role to try and freshen things up in the middle. And also, Ruslev's stamina is dead, so I need the fresh legs at right back because quite evidently he's too tired, and Zaha is having a bit of a field day on that left-hand side of their attack at the moment. And I need Ruslev to basically make way to ensure we don't concede a second goal. He's going to get forward here, though, and Buemo could look for him quickly, but it's a poor pass. And with 25 minutes left to go, I'm not sure if we're going to find a way back into this. Mateta, they've got numbers here. Palace, that's a beautiful ball over to Eze, and that's 2-0 Palace. And probably the final nail in our coffin. We will be losing our first game at Premier League level. Very talented youngster, Eze. And that ball from Mateta is just gorgeous. A goal and an assist for Jean-Philippe. And 2 goals to the good for Crystal Palace. My changes will happen now. I don't know if they're making a change at all. It doesn't look like it. So they're still as they were. And we're still as we were. Behind. Just by more so now. De Silva. Back to Jansen. Into Jensen. To Ivan Toney. Look at the run there. From Josh De Silva, who's in behind. Oh, and the shot's well blocked. Is that a corner? Do we have the opportunity from a set piece? It is a corner. Now, Ivan Toney is very good in the air. And he's positioned well here. Oh, but it's not going to go to him. It's Jansen. Pontus Jansen nods it wide. We might well be able to utilise set pieces quite well this season with tall players like Jansen and players that are good in the air like Ivan Toney. And to be honest, we may well have to take goals any which way we can get them, whether they're open play or set pieces. I have a feeling it's going to be a nail-biting season for the opener here with Brentford in the Premier League, as it may well be in real life too. But that just means it's going to be damned entertaining. I think Wilf is offside there. Indeed he is, but that's going to be game. We are going to lose by 2-0 at Selhurst Park. Mateta taken off as a late substitute just to kind of give him the well-deserved round of applause he'll get from the crowd. And Benteke came on in his place and basically walked onto the pitch and walked off it again. Hopefully we're not strolling into the Premier League and then strolling out again. But Crystal Palace getting the victory there. David Raya, I mean, I felt like we gave as good as we got at times, but evidently Crystal Palace just had that little bit more quality. Up next for us, Newcastle United at home, although I think that one might be one that we sim. They are bottom. We are 18th. It's not the best of starts. Janvier has completed that development plan and now won't grow anymore for the rest of this season. Okay, I do have development plans on every player at present. So everyone is attempting to grow in a certain direction. But as is the case with all of my saves, we'll be going 1 month per episode. So we'll play 3 ordinarily. It'll be 2 for this first month. Play 2, sim 2. And then moving forward, it'll be play 3, sim the rest. Or if there are more than 6, then we'll split it. But as you can see, it shouldn't be too busy a season for us in this first year with no European football. But let's get to that game against Newcastle. See if we can't pick up some points there. Unfortunately for Newcastle fans, and perhaps rather unsurprisingly for Newcastle fans, no new signings in that starting 11. In fact, I don't think I made any new additions to Newcastle's squad for this save. Far too familiar a story for Newcastle fans. You'll also notice that the Brentford Community Stadium, there's no space between community and stadium. Ran out of letters. I could only put Brentford space, community space, stadium. So I had to take the space out between community and stadium. But we are playing at the Brentford Community Stadium, although it's actually Moulton Road, but, you know, whatever. And we'll see if we can get our first points of the Premier League. No! Paul Dummett with an 86th minute winner for Newcastle United. I believe that will leave us bottom of the table. Actually, Norwich might be bottom of the table. Ooh, we stay 18th. We stay 18th, but so many teams have lost both of their opening games. 6 sides yet to register a point this season. Ourselves and Wolves, the only sides not to register a goal this season either. Welp. And who do we have next? Wolves. And actually, we've been drawn at home against Wickham in the Cup. And then it'll be Norwich at home. That one we shall play. Fellow promoted side. So let's get ourselves to that game against Wolves. And hopefully we can find ourselves some points there instead. Our first early relegation 6-pointer. Wolverhampton Wanderers. We're not at full fitness, as you can see, but maybe we can still get something done. We've scored now. We've scored, but still no points. And Buemo with the first ever goal for Brentford in the Premier League. Followed up by Jensen pulling it 2 goals in within 60 seconds. Look, 61st and 61st. Neto made it 3-1. We pulled it back to 3-2, but weren't able to get anything else. Norwich lose to Liverpool as well, so we're not the only side rock bottom of the table with still no points. A loan offer for Lewis Gordon, which we will accept. It's a loan to buy, though. They always seem to come in with a loan to buy. It's like, yeah, okay, we get it. It was a new feature. Not every loan bid needs to be a loan to buy, EA. I will rotate for the game against Wickham, because rather obviously we need to focus on the Premier League this year to try and stay up. So our rotated 11 is, as you can see it on your screen. They are matching our formation, Wickham. This might be still a pretty straightforward win for Wickham. A pretty straightforward win for Wickham. Right then. Things at... Well, I mean, we said we wanted to focus on the Premier League, I guess. Baptiste came to me and asked to play, so I did start him. And it hasn't really gone that well. Don't press yourself, though, pal. It's a long season. It's a long season. So let's try and get ourselves back on track. At least we've not really been on track once yet. Let's try and get ourselves on track for the first time. Arsenal have also lost their opening 3 games. What's happening at the Emirates? Not sure. Carrow Road isn't necessarily too happy a hunting ground for Norwich, nor so far has the Brentford Community Stadium been for us. But now might be the time to get ourselves a point in the Premier League for the very first time. Norwich is starting on Tim Krul in goal. Max Aarons, Zimmerman, Hanley and Giannoulis. Kenny McLean and Pierre Lees-Malou's a new signing. Milo Rashica, who's also a new signing. Kieran Dowell, Timu Pukki still leading the line. And on the left-hand side, Todd Cantwell. I think actually Giannoulis is a new signing. That name stands out to me as one that I think I transferred in this save as well. But Lees-Malou is definitely a new signing at Norwich, as is Milo Rashica. And he's going to be very, very good in real life as well as presumably in FIFA 2. Playing in the red and white stripes for the first time today, and the first time in this save then. Although slightly different red and white stripes to what I'm actually wearing because we've got the brand new kit. Let's see what we can do. Norwich are certainly relegation candidates, as are ourselves. If the one against Wolves we thought was a relegation 6-pointer, this one certainly is. De Silva. Oh, it's a lovely ball through the gap to Sergi Canos. But he's offside. Well up, Josh. Excellent header from De Silva. Finds Onyeka. Ivan Toney. It's been a little bit isolated so far in the games we've played. I'm hoping to get more involved in this one than he was against Crystal Palace. Not that he wasn't involved against Palace. He had our only real chances of the game. But they weren't as clear-cut and as obvious a goal-scoring opportunities we might have liked. De Silva to Jensen. And Buemo now driving inside. Just need Ivan Toney to make me the right movement. Tuck this back actually, and De Silva shot blocked well by the defender, but we've certainly been the aggressors in this opening 15 minutes or so, and we look like we're going to be taking the game to Norwich. We want to give these home fans something to rant and rave about this season. Now might be the best opportunity to give them their first taste of what it's like to be successful in the Premier League. McLean putting the pressure on, look at the press. Oh, but we can't get the ball back. Is that loose? He's going to get to that first Kieran Dowell. And Roerslev does well, but I think it touched an arm. It definitely did. Advantage was played in their favour. Kieran Dowell back to Lees-Malou. Tried to dig that one out, but that's going to be comfortable enough for Rico Henry. Get to that first, please, Sergi. Well done. De Silva has Jensen alongside him here. Ivan Toney not really making any moves that I can use there, but now Mbuemo's in behind. I'm going to float this and hope that Ivan Toney can get on the end of it. And he's hit the post. What have we got to do to score a goal here with Brentford? Brilliant floated ball, and Ivan Toney's aerial presence is certainly going to be something that's very, very important to us this season. You could just see there how he dominated the defender in the air. He's not quite had it with the ball at his feet against Hanley and Zimmerman, but certainly aerially there was very good indeed. Oh, but off the post and no goal yet. Surely it's coming. De Silva tackles Hanley. They might have opened themselves up here. Sergi Canos. Tim bloody Krul. We will not have a better chance beyond the defensive line, but not got the finishing ability to get it beyond the keeper. Delivered in. Underneath it, Grant Hanley. Norwich have been just constantly on the back foot in this half. Haven't had the chance to get out at all. De Silva's left-footed. I can't really find the working space there to get a shot away, and Norwich will come away on the counter. I do not want to concede in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Again, thank you very much. Max Aaron's coming forward from right back, but the whistle goes 0-0 at half-time. We've hit the post. We've had a one-on-one. A goal is on its way. I can feel it. McLean. Nice tackle by Onyeka. We kept them quiet for the full 45 in that first half. If we can do the same here, we could find ourselves in with a chance to earn some points for the first time in the Premier League. Hopefully all three rather than just a single one. But they are threatened and worried and panicky at the back here, Norwich. They have not played well. Canos pulls it back. Jensen! Goal for Brentford! We take the lead! Jensen with the finish. Really well worked. Oh, you can see the relief. The players are thrilled. I'm thrilled. Finally, a goal. That has been coming. Finally, maybe some points. Really well worked as well. Delighted with it. Number 8 there didn't track. The number 8 in the middle did not track Jensen on the edge of the box. And he got free and he's... Oh, the window between the defender and the goalkeeper to post that ball through. Ridiculous. Excellent finish. We lead. Matthias Jensen's second goal of the Premier League season. And in our first played home game, we are 1-0 up. Inside to Kieran Dowell. Swept out wide to Giannoulis. And Norwich look for a fight back. Lys Melou is the man that left Jensen on the edge of the box. Their new signing in midfield, not doing the business. They don't have Emi Buendia anymore, of course, Norwich, for a bit of creative spark because he's gone to Aston Villa. Roerslev steps in, and I tell you what, I said that he might be one of the weak links in our side, but actually, it's been pretty damn solid. Jensen looking for Ivan Toney. Toney will look for Canos. Can Sergi Canos find a teammate, or perhaps duck inside and try it on his right foot himself? Tim Krul with the touch to put it around the corner for a corner. I haven't yet actually been able to find Ivan Toney with a delivery from a set piece. But he wasn't able to get on the end of that. Two changes for me in the middle. Matthias Jensen and Josh De Silva coming off, and just fresh legs. Vitaly Yenelt and Christian Nørgaard coming on to partner with Onyeka in the midfield three to hopefully ensure that we keep this lead. All three of my central midfield players now are heavily defensive-minded. It's a case of holding on to what we've got rather than going out of our way to try and add another. Yenelt, however, is getting forward here, and Ivan Toney just can't get the better of Grant Hanley. He and Zimmerman have been exceptional at the back for Norwich all game long. Let down once by a midfield teammate, and that's going to be the difference. Unless Norwich can find a goal in these last few stages. Milot Rashica tackled by Rico Henry and away. And I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to play it quickly. We need to be on the ball, sportsmanship, gamesmanship and game management wise this season. When we're in narrow situations like this, we need to see the game through. It's not about ensuring we get a 2-goal win. It's just about ensuring we get any kind of win. And managing possession like this is the best way to do that. But Roerslev is in behind here, and we've actually worked a beautiful move. I'll lift it, and Ivan Toney will chest it, volley it, and it's a smart save by Tim Krul that denies us that second, but it does waste enough time to ensure that we do get the victory. A win for Brentford in the Premier League against a relegation rival. You could not have picked a better game to get our first points on the board. 3 for us, and still none for Norwich. That was massive. That was absolutely huge. We dominated them throughout the entire game as well, which gives me confidence that we can build on that and put together a survival campaign. Only 3 points from our opening 4 games, but those 3 points are enough to see us out of the relegation spots for the first time this season. It is going to be a long, hard slog of a year, but I'm so up for the challenge, and it's going to be really refreshing. Tottenham, Villa and Arsenal to come tomorrow. It's not necessarily going to get any easier, is it, really? So we might not have any more than 3 points come the end of the next episode, but that will bring us to a close for today. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that opening episode, or have enjoyed that opening episode, and are looking forward to episode 2 and the rest of this save as we round out FIFA 21 with the traditional updated transfers and league standings save. This is going to be a really, really entertaining first season, and hopefully an entertaining save as well. Let me know all of your feedback in the comment section down below. Make sure you're subscribed, drop the video a like, hit that notification bell as well, and I'll see you for episode 2 tomorrow.